Alright guys, it's time to explain Leaves the City, and if you haven't been paying attention to the lore surrounding Dima and the land of Trench and the bishops and Nico and everything, this song is going to be really difficult to explain and to understand. Actually, no, you guys are pretty smart. You'll be able to figure it out. I'll help you out. We're going to get through it. But this song is heavily based in that lore, and so we're going to consider it in the context of that, but I'll explain exactly what's happening. Let's go. Hey everybody, my name is Clifford Stummy. I'm the Pop Song Professor. Welcome to my channel where we make English class awesome by explaining and sometimes roasting song lyrics on school days. Today we are talking about Leaves the City by 21 Pilots from their new album Trench. You definitely gotta go pick up that album, guys. And you gotta subscribe here because more song explanations from this album, all of them, are coming to this channel. It's gonna be great. And if you wanna continue talking about them, we definitely have comments down below, but there's also a dedicated Patreon group for subscribers to this channel. If you wanna join, it's in the description. Really cool community, like it's awesome. We have really cool people there. I love getting to know people there and just hearing their thoughts on the album, hearing their thoughts on songwriting and other artists, all sorts of good stuff. So you gotta show up for that, but let's go ahead and jump into Leaves the City. And as far as that context of Dima and Trench goes, here's what you need to keep in mind. Remember the music videos for Jumpsuit, Nico and the Niners, and Levitate. It's this cycle. Tyler has escaped Dima, the bishops come after him, he gets away again for a second, the bishop gets him, takes him back, the banditos help rescue him, he makes it out, the bishops get him and take him back. And it's this cycle that continues and continues. And we recognize this cycle from Vessel and Self-Titled and Regional at best, and even Blurryface, because it's this constant struggle between what Tyler symbolizes as his blurry face and the person who he actually wants to be. And that blurry face can wear a lot of different faces because it is kind of blurry. Oh wait, that's funny how that actually works out. I guess it does. Anyway, so blurry face can be suicidal thoughts, can be depression, can be doing the wrong thing when you want to do the right thing. Blurry face can be hurting other people and wanting to hurt other people and feeling like sadistically good about it. But then, you know, the good side of you is like, wait, no, don't do that, that's bad. And it's like that devil on your shoulder when you're trying to follow the angel on your shoulder. Oversimplified, I know, but basically the bishops are blurry face as well. The bishops rule over the city of Dima. You can only go under the walls to get out, but it's really hard to get out, and once you do, it's very likely that you'll get captured and taken back. And so it's this never-ending cycle of escaping, getting captured, escaping, getting captured. And it's very reflective, I think, of our human struggle and our desire to break away from our bad habits and the bad parts of ourselves, the dark parts of our thoughts, and how we try to be something better, but we keep feeling like we're failing. And I think when it comes to Leaves the City, Tyler is back in Dima, he's been captured, he's fallen again, and he is just feeling, I think, really discouraged. If you look at Leaves the City as like a scene from a movie, the scene opens with Tyler just sort of poking at these fire embers and looking really sad and really tired. We read, "I'm tired of tending to this fire. I've used up all I've collected. I have singed my hands, it's glowing, embers barely showing, proof of life in the shadows, dancing on my plans." The fire could be symbolic of a lot of different things, but for me, I think that the closest theory that I've seen or come to is this idea that it's that continued struggle, that fire inside of him to keep fighting against Dima, and it's almost symbolic of life and of will and the desire to be a good person. He's singed his hands, it's hurt, and he's not quite sure in the moment whether he really wants to keep fighting this fight. And the bishops, they look at him, in the chorus we hear, they know that it's almost over. And the bishops, when they see him, they're like, yeah, he's about to give in, he's about to give up. And that could reference suicide or just kind of giving up on being a good person in general. It could mean a lot of different things, and I think that Tyler probably intends it to be able to be reflective of our own feelings and what that means for us. But the bishops see that and they're like, yeah, it's just a matter of time. We've got this guy right where we want him. We've almost broken him. And I want to say too, I'm not 100% confident in my ability to theorize with this song because it is vague enough. I think that Tyler probably has some very deep personal meanings in kind of a kitchen sink way that it'll be difficult for us to fully understand. This is my best attempt at explaining it, and if you guys think that I'm wrong, you should definitely comment that down below. In a nice, respectful way. After all, I mean, like, I've got feelings too, guys, come on. Nah, let me have it. In verse 2, we hear the burning is so low it's concerning, because they know that when it goes out, it's a glorious gone. It's only time before they show me why no one ever comes back with details from beyond. That fire is almost out, and it feels like the song is about to end on this really sad note. In fact, the album really does feel like it's ending on a sad note, and the bishops, they are coming for him. They're just about to get him. And so we get into the bridge here, and we hear, "In time I will leave the city, for now I will stay alive." And this is interesting because it's a dual note of giving up, but also not giving up, because he says, in time I will leave the city. So I am gonna make it out of the city. It's gonna be good, and I'm gonna get there. But in the meantime, for now, I will stay alive. And I think he's referencing how sometimes, you know, we can make these big promises like, I'm gonna be a better person, I'm gonna figure things out, I'm gonna pull things together. Or people who are struggling with mental illness or dark thoughts, the dark parts of their thoughts, they might say, I'm gonna fight these dark thoughts, and it's always gonna be morning for me, it's never gonna be night, I'm gonna figure it out. And I think it's very easy for us as humans to say like, yeah, I'm good, let's go, and to get hyped, as, you know, a reference to another song on this album. But in reality, sometimes it's just all you can do to kind of keep it the minimum. He wants to leave Dima permanently, but for now, he just wants to make it through the next day. And then in verse 3, we seem to hear a clear reference to the hiatus. He says, last year I needed change of pace. Couldn't take the pace of change. A lot of things were changing for the band. They were exploding across the entire globe, moving hastily. But this year, though I'm far from home, in trench I'm not alone. These faces facing me, and then in the outro they know what I mean. It's interesting that he says, though I'm far from home, because based on the interviews I've seen, he seems to have spent most of the year recording music in his basement. And I think what he means by that is he spent that time mentally entrenched, this land that he's created, this fantasy or this narrative. And Dima's not a great place to spend a lot of time, and so it's understandable if he felt alone, but he says, in trench I'm not alone. These faces facing me, they know what I mean. And that could be a reference to being at a concert and seeing people stare at him. It could, and it's most certainly a reference to the Banditos, friends and family and the Skeleton Clique as a whole, people who he draws encouragement from as he continues fighting his fight. Though he may be far off in trench and separate from people physically, he knows that other people are fighting the same fight, and they'll all kind of like meet up in this world in a sense. This world that has connections between the real world and the made-up one. It's kind of like the Narnia of depression. Yeah, you can quote me on that if you want. And it's interesting, I've seen a lot of people say it ends very similarly to Truce. Some have even suggested that it ends on the same note, which could be symbolic because they're very similar themes, but he says, in Truce, now the night is coming to an end, the sun will rise and we will try again. Stay alive for me. You will die, but now your life is free. And in that one, it sounds like, you know, he's on the outside. He's one of the Banditos talking to people in Dima. Hey, look, we're trying to stick up for you. Guns for hands, he's saying, yeah, like, here's something to help you guys through the night, basically. And in Truce, he's saying like, yeah, the sun will rise and we will try again. We're gonna do this together. But then we hear leaves the city and it's him and Dima, and he needs to be rescued by the Banditos, but for the moment, it's all he can do to hold on. I think it's a powerful song, a powerful way to end the album. It ends with that note of certainty, but he does say in that bridge, in time, I will leave the city. It's a powerful song, guys. It's a powerful album, and yeah, I really liked it. I'd love to hear what you guys think about it. And you can join that conversation down below or on my Patreon, where we can talk even deeper about this, other songs, songwriting, all sorts of good stuff with a really, really cool community. And in the meantime, get ready for more song explanations about trench songs from me. Check out these videos right here. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.